kicks into gear with Season 8. The 2022 season is going to be bigger than ever. 16 rounds to headers around the world, all starting right here in Saudi Arabia. Hello everybody, welcome back to Formula E. It's been 5 long months, it's been over a month as well since we last spoke to you in Abu Dhabi for Formula 1. We're back still in the desert, this time in Saudi Arabia. Formula E going to kick off yet another exciting year. We can't wait to be part of it with you once again. Let's take a look then at the calendar coming into this year. As you can see, it kicks off here in Saudi Arabia. Another fantastic double header at the Diriyah Street Course as well. Following on from that, we go to Mexico City next month as well. Just a couple of weeks to wait until that one. Got a few new calendar opportunities for this year as well. Jakarta making an appearance, which is always going to be exciting. But mainly, following on from Mexico, as you can see, we'll go to Rome for a double header on the 9th and 10th of April. Monaco on the 30th of April. Double header in Berlin. It wouldn't be Formula E without a Berlin race now, would it? On to that, it's Jakarta on the 4th of June. Vancouver, we make our return to Canada finally on the 2nd of July. That's on the same weekend as Formula 1's British Grand Prix, by the way. And then double headers to round out the year. New York in mid-July. At the end of July, the London ePrix at the XL, and a brand new race in South Korea, the Seoul ePrix, on the 13th and 14th of August. It's going to be a fantastic year, and it's already a fantastic start to the weekend. Let's take a look then at highlights of the 2 practice sessions that took part yesterday on Thursday and today here on Friday. It's all go now. The talking can stop. The action can begin. The green light is on at the end of the pit lane. And round 1 of the 2022 ABB FIA Formula E Championship can begin. 30 minutes of practice across the board. Every session now the same length. 22 cars ready to head out onto the track. Sam Bird in the Jaguar is the first out onto the circuit as well, as they all make their way out. He's followed as well by his teammate at Jaguar of Mitch Evans in the number 9 car as well. The Envision cars heading brightly out there as well. You can't miss it. Nick Cassidy in the number 37 as well. And it's all going to be different this year. We're under the lights for the first session. The sand is already across the track. They were out for shakedown earlier on, but this is where the business begins in the first official practice session. And here comes the full course yellow test. That is always part of the procedure with Scott Elkin. So this is the normal procedure to see the full course yellow come out. It's an opportunity for everyone to just get their bearings and make sure all the systems work before going into the main race procedure. So that's the full course yellow practice. We'll go green soon.
Yeah, mate, all fine. Just the track is just horrendous. Grip level is non-existent.
And green flag is back out on the circuit. The cars can get back up to full speed. All 22 of them are out there at the moment as well, setting their fastest times. We're still waiting, of course, the first official time to come on the board. It's from Sam Bird on a 1:53.166. His teammate Mitch Evans goes into P2. DaCosta goes into 3rd as well as the green lights are on. Those times are going to come down dramatically, of course, in the next few moments. We think Nick de Vries has got an error. Yes, it is. Nick de Vries. He's crabbing down the straight. He's got a left rear suspension problem. Has Nick de Vries crashed into the wall somewhere? And this is not great. We are 6 minutes in to the new season, and the world champion from last year is crabbing down the straightaway. Nick de Vries got to get it back. He's now losing time in a crucial practice session, and he's pulled off. Nick de Vries, it brings out the yellow flag. He's pulled off the track. This will have to be, I think, a red flag. He's down at turn 13, and we'll wait to see what's going to happen. And it's in a dangerous position. It's a full course yellow to remove the car. Nick de Vries can't even make it to the end of the session. Full course yellow is out. This is what Nick de Vries through turn 2, just touched the rear, got on the stand, and it drifted him into the wall as we go back to green flag running. So that is just the lightest of touches on the sand, and just it led into the scene of the accident. Quite similar to what happened to Sam Bird last season, or the season just before. And wow, that was a strange manoeuvre and strange accident for Nick de Vries. And Pascal Wehrlein is under investigation for overspeeding under the full course yellow. Well, that's never great news. Let's have a look at Oliver Askew then, on board in the Andretti at the top of the hill, drifting. That's almost near where we saw Nick de Vries go into the wall, but Oliver Askew looking very quick out there.
Let me know when we're going 250.
Let me know when we are going 250. So the Avalanche Andretti team are looking great. Roger Griffiths watching on as well. We've got 5 minutes to go this opening session. It's been quite quiet. Vernon da Costa 1-2 for Diaz de Cheetah, and Van Dorn going in third. Eduardo Mortara has gone into second place on a 1:11.080, 0.061 of the pace of Jean-Luc Vergne. Mortara is actually fastest overall in the Valencia testing with a 1:25.763. He was 41 thousandths of a second faster on that day too, Jean-Luc Vergne. So the top 2 in testing, currently 1-2 in practice in reverse order. In testing, Mortara and Vergne. In FP1 here in Diriyah, it's Vergne ahead of Mortara, still by thousandths of a second. Okay, yellow flags out at the last corner because drivers are lining up to do their practice starts. Let's go through the order then for the first practice session. It is Oliver Rowland fastest at 1:10.559. Da Costa second. Jake Dennis is third. Jean-Luc Vergne fourth. Mitch Evans is fifth. Eduardo Mortara sixth. Pascal Wehrlein goes into seventh. Sebastian Buemi is 8th, Lucas de Grassi 9th, and Nick Cassidy rounds out the top 10. Andre Lotter is 11th, Alexander Sims is 12th, Dan Tinctum is 13th, 14th for Stoffel Van Dorn, 15th on the board for Robin Freins. Sam Bird is 16th, Max Gunther 17th, Sergio Sette Camara is in 18th, Oliver Turvey is 19th, Antonio Giovinazzi is 20th, Oliver Askew down 21st, and no time set, a 1:40.153, but no meaningful time or hardly any running either for the Season 7 champion of Nick de Vries after he crashed out early in the Mercedes EQ Formula E car. Free practice 1 concluded then. It's Oliver Rowland fastest by 0.158 ahead of Da Costa and Dennis. So we've just got the news from the FIA that the session will not start on time. Not sure what's happened just yet. Track temperature 16 degrees. Air temperature is at 16 degrees as well. Humidity at 25%. But free practice 2 is ever so slightly delayed. If you're wondering why we haven't got any cars out on the track yet as well, Hazel Southwell, who's trackside in Diriyah, says if you're wondering why there's no cars out on the track, it's because the Porsche VIP Hot Laps had some sort of mishap, and so there's some work to be done, but soon. So it must have been something going on the track. That's why we're still in this delay. Green flag is out and we are underway. The session will go to full duration. Half hour now as well. The Porsches have been cleared and we are good to go. The wind is blowing as well, but so far no one in a hurry to get out on the track. Correction, Evans, Da Costa, de Vries, Vergne and Cassidy heading out there. Da Costa top, 1:13.901 from Cassidy as well. Freins now jumps to the top, 1:13.416. So Rowland looking quite quick. 10 minutes to go. Sette Camara on top now for Dragon Penske at 1:10.955. Dennis in P2, 10th back. Mortara getting incredibly close to him again. So the man who's fastest in testing looking quite quick. Bird is the word. Just gone into P5, 3/10 off the pace. Top 5. Sette Camara, Dennis, Mortara, Da Costa, Bird. Pascal Wehrlein then doing a 1:09.973. He's a 10th quicker than Robin Freins, who did a 1:10.102. But seriously, those two fastest times of the weekend so far. Despite missing 50% of the practice session this weekend across the two, de Vries top by 67 thousandths. It's a 1:09.906. Rowland second, 45 thousandths off. The top 4 are separated by 67 thousandths. 2,000 separate Mortara and Wehrlein. Wow! Cassidy top, 1:09.255. Sette Camara, Mortara, de Grassi, Evans. Top 5, they all switch over massively. Rowland's been so frustrated on that last lap, but he's still top. 1:08.957. 15,000 seconds off him is Sam Bird in the Jaguar as Gunther goes P7 from P19. So the yellow flag out on the circuit, that's just so that the drivers can do their practice starts. Free practice 2 has concluded before we go into qualifying, and these are the times. Oliver Rowland is fastest on 108.957, Sam Bird second, Jake Dennis third, and Antonio Felix Costa goes into P4. The top 4 separated by 0.091. Riding on the top 5, Robin Freins, then Pascal Verline, Jean-Eric Verne, Nick Cassidy, Max Gunther and Oliver Askew rounds out the top 10. Sergio Santacamera is 11th, Eduardo Mortara is 12th, Lucas de Grassi, Mitch Evans, Andre Lotterer take 13 to 15, Van Dorn 16th, Buemi 17th, De Vries 18th, Dan Tinctum 19th, not deciding to do a standing start on the grid. He's in the pit lane already. Alexander Sims is 20th, Oliver Turvey is 21st, and Antonio Giovinazzi is 22nd. Okay, we've got a new qualifying format to look forward to in Formula E as well. We've got 2 group stages, each lasting 12 minutes where the field is halved. Then the top 4 from each of those group stages go through to a quarter final, to which they have a duel against each other. 4 duels, and the orders of the sessions are reversed. So the fastest driver in Group A versus the 4th fastest driver in Group B as well. That all leads on to a semi-final. There's 2 of those as well. The fastest from Duel A and B versus each other. The fastest from Group C and D versus each other. The winner of those progress to the final, where, as you know, at the end, we'll have our pole position driver. Let's take a look at how it worked out in the qualifying highlights. So let's take a look then at who's out in the first group of qualifying. Oliver Askew on his debut in Formula E. He's alongside Sergio Santacamera, Jean-Eric Verne, Robin Freins, Sam Bird, Oliver Rowland, Stoffel Van Dorn, Oliver Turvey, Sebastian Buemi, Lucas de Grassi and Pascal Verline are the drivers heading out there onto the track as the green light goes on and Formula E's new qualifying format is underway. Track temperature at 15 degrees, air temperature is at 18 degrees, 25% humidity, no wind speed. Let's go racing for qualifying with this exciting new format. And away we go. The brand new format is underway with the green lights going on. The cars are straight out there onto the track. Verne ahead out there as well of Oliver Rowland. Rowland was quick in both of the practice sessions, so he's looking good to go straight through to maybe even the semi-finals. So Rowland comes across the line then as Verne goes top. Rowland now goes top of the board as well. I think Robin Freins, the only driver not set a lap time so far in this session as well. He's coming into the last sector though, as we can see in the number 4. So he's nearly across the line. So Robin Freins coming across the line then in the green number 4, and Freins goes to the top. Freins top, 109.846. So after the first stages, we've got Freins, Bird, Santacamera and Rowland, the 4 drivers going through to the quarter-finals. Then dropping down to Grassi, Askew, Verne, Turvey, Van Dorn, Buemi. Jumping up there, Bird goes second, Rowland goes back to 4th, Verline drops to 3rd. That's because de Grassi has improved up the order as well. They're all changing up. Freins, Bird, Verline, Rowland, the top 4 currently for the quarterfinals from Group A. Sergio Santacamera jumps up to P2, just 67 thousandths off for Robin Freins as well. So once again, close times at the top, just like we've seen all weekend so far. It's always in the thousands. De Grassi goes top, 109.617. So it's De Grassi, Freins, Santacamera and Bird with just under, 1 minute 20 to go. Oliver Askew jumps up to 4th. He's 2/10 off for De Grassi, but great job for the rookie. And now it's getting busy out there. Checker flag is out. It's all down now as to who can set the fastest lap time in this session. You can see several cars are out there on the track as well, all setting their fast times. Rowland's fastest in the first sector. We'll keep an eye on this. Bird, Sam Bird goes top. Rowland second as well. And the computer's currently predicting Rowland for second, and he's done second. So it's Bird, Rowland, De Grassi, and Verline. Verline goes to 4th. So the top 4 change changes once again. 109.407 for Sam Bird. And I think Sete Camera's completed his lap time as well. So, the top 4 going through. It's Frines on top from Bird, Van Dorn and Roland. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5th down, not qualifying for the quarterfinals. It's Degrassi, Verline, Vern, Sete Camera, Askew, Turvey and Boemi. Wow! And Group B is underway. Jake Dennis, Antonio Giovinazzi, Antonio Felix da Costa, Nick Cassidy, Mitch Evans, Alexander Sims, Nick De Vries, Dan Ticktum on his debut, Maximilian Gunther, Eduardo Mortara, the fastest man in pre-season testing, and Andre Lotterer all head out onto the circuit as the green light is on for Group B. Nick De Vries looking incredibly quick then as he comes out of the last corner and jumps straight to the top. 109.164 as well. And we've got Cassidy crossing the line. So here's the results then so far. Everyone set their first times in. It's De Vries, Evans, Mortara and Gunther. The top 4 going through to the next part of the qualifying, which is the quarterfinals. Follow on there. We get... Oh, Dennis jumps up. So it's De Vries, Dennis, Evans, Mortara now. Then out of it, Gunther, Da Costa, Sims, Lotterer, Ticktum, Giovinazzi and Cassidy. 30 seconds to go. Oh, and Mortara's in the wall. Mortara's in the wall. I was wondering what brought out that yellow flag. It's down at turn 21, so that is at the last corner. No, it's the first corner, just after the finish line. So it's turn 1. And that's after the control line. Will they red flag the session? Will they not? What are they going to do? Mortara's on the wall. The yellow flag's out. It's spoiled everybody's lap time. And I think that's it. It's done. So De Vries, Cassidy, Dennis and Lotterer go through. Mortara's P5 has hit the wall. Everyone else has passed that zone to improve. But I think it's game over. Checkered flag's out. And that yellow is still there. Checkered flag is out, and that's it. Nobody improves. Mortara in the wall down at turn 1 brings out the yellow flags. Da Costa improves to 7th. That's it done. De Vries, Cassidy, Dennis and Lotterer progress to the quarterfinals. Mortara in the wall is 5th. Evans, Da Costa, Gunther, Sims, Ticktum and Giovinazzi the slowest overall in Group B. Okay, so let's take a look what happened to Mortara. Across the line, down towards turn 1, and just lost the rear and went slamming to the wall. So under braking, the rear locked, he span around and hit the wall. That's unfortunate. And, oh, that's a heavy one. He did that a couple of years ago, didn't he? Season 5, I want to say lap 1. He went straight in there at turn 1. So he's had a habit of going straight on. Crashed in season 5, race 1. Crashed season 7 in free practice. Now he's crashed season 8 in qualifying down at turn 1 again. It's a habit. Quarterfinals coming up. So through the first sector, Frines is ahead of Lotterer by 67 thousandths. Lotterer's looking quite quick, but he's catching as they swing around as well. Lotterer's first lap time is coming across 109.018. It says on my monitor. We're still waiting for Robin Frines. What's he going to do? Frines is down 8 thousandths. Look at that, 0.084. He's down on the deck at the moment. Frines into the last corner then, coming across the line, and Frines goes second. So it's Lotterer who wins the first quarter-final. Frines goes second. Into the last corner then for Jake Dennis across the line. He does a 108.749. That's an incredibly good time. What's the lap from Sam Bird? He's coming into the last couple of corners. According to my monitor, he's only 0.087 behind. Bird crosses the line. Is he ahead of Dennis? No, he's not. 108.919. Dennis wins quarterfinal duel 2, and that means Bird is down. So right now, it's going to be Dennis. He will be versing... Yeah, he versus them. Oh, wow. So qualifying group duel 3 sees Van Dorn ahead of Cassidy. Van Dorn crosses the line, does a 108.873. What's the time from Cassidy? 44 thousandths of a second separating them at the moment. Is it going to be enough? Cassidy comes across the line. Can he go fastest across? No, it's a 108.951. Cassidy down. It's Van Dorn who wins out. So the first from the Group A to win out. Van Dorn ahead of Cassidy in Duel C. Coming across the line then, Roland's lost 5 tenths to De Vries. Roland does a 109.329. I reckon it's going to be De Vries who is going to take the last spot in the semi-finals. The quarterfinal winner goes to Nick De Vries, who out-qualifies a massive 7 tenths to Roland. So now, on to the semi-finals. Lotterer comes out of the last corner then. First sector time looked good. Second sector time was good as well. Lotterer does a 109.014. Dennis is 6 tenths faster than him at the moment as he's coming into the last couple of corners. 5 tenths now as well. The gap's closing. Across the line comes Jake Dennis to go through to the final. It's Jake Dennis who goes a 108.379. Dennis secures himself a slot in the final. Lotterer was sliding a lot on that lap. It all belongs to Jake Dennis for the Andretti squad. So, across the line comes Stoffel Van Dorn in the number 5. He does a 108.407. However, De Vries, I think, is 3 tenths faster as it currently stands. What's it going to be? Who's going to go through? Which Mercedes is going to be on the front row here? Interior! Across the line, it's Van Dorn who goes to the final. The Season 7 champion denied. It's Van Dorn versus Dennis for pole position here interior as it's 108.407. A superb time. Into the last corner, Van Dorn's first sector time at 22.291. Sector 2, 18.283 across the line. Van Dorn on 108.626. Now to Jake Dennis. First sector time, 22.153. Second sector time, 18.852. Jake Dennis looks to be 3 tenths up. Who's on pole position interior? It's Stoffel Van Dorn for the 6th time in his Formula E career who takes pole position. Jake Dennis, 3 tenths off the pace. Van Dorn is on pole. Dennis goes to second. What a fantastic format. And that is superb. It's Van Dorn on pole and Jake Dennis starts in second. Here in the final for the 2022 Diriyah ePrix Race 1. Okay, so at the end of qualifying, here's the starting grid. Stoffel Van Dorn on pole position. Jake Dennis lines up alongside him on row 1. Row 2 sees Nick De Vries alongside Andre Lotterer. Then it's Sam Bird and Nick Cassidy. Followed then Robin Friends and Oliver Rowland. Lucas Agrassi and Max Gunther round out the top 10. Drop further down, Pascal Verline is 11th. Eduardo Mortara starts 12th. Jean-Eric Verne starts in 13th place alongside Mitch Evans. Then we get Sergio Sette Camera and Antonio Felix da Costa. Oliver Askew and Alex Sims. Oliver Turvey, Dan Ticktum, Sebastian Buemi and Antonio Giovinazzi starts last on the grid. Okay, not long to go then until the lights go out and Megan Burch will be joining me in the commentary box for the Diriyah ePrix. Now, the ERC is a fantastic touring car, endurance and Formula E eSport Championship. They've got their own channel on YouTube. The link is in the description as well. And Pascal Eggert has been very kind to do a lap guide for us here. I've done the voiceover, but it's his superb driving. Let's take a look at the Diriyah Street Circuit now on R Factor 2 with Pascal Eggert, courtesy of ERC. Let's take a look around the Diriyah circuit here for Formula E. We've been coming here now for 4 seasons. It's a fast, abrasive circuit as well. Lots of sand offline as well. And quite often, you're full throttle. Maximum down the start-finish straight as well. There's the attack mode, but it is a beautiful circuit. Let's ride on board then with Pascal Eggert. He's racing in a Porsche Tag Heuer car as well, courtesy of the ERC. Cross the control line then. This is turn number 1. It's a tight barrier part of the track as well. It leads down to almost like a bobsleigh section as well, round the outside of a national park. Now you're into the bobsleigh run. Careful not to clip your outside right wheel as you hurtle down the hill through turn 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. It is a very abrasive part of the circuit. You're just building speed constantly as well. You very rarely brake. You've just got to aim the car and sort of hope you hit something. Into the braking zone now for turn 16. It rises uphill ever so slightly into the small kink for turn number 17 as well, leading on to the start-finish straight. Watch this. You can easily hit the outside wall. It comes up so fast. We've seen drivers do that several times in practice. This is the start line where the 5 red lights will go out here this weekend. You hurtle down down towards turns 18 and 19. Heavy braking spot, attack mode just on the outside there. You can see it on the wall. Cut the inside line, get the car squared up. The pit entrance is on your left there as well as you hurtle into turn 21. Accelerate out of it, and that is a complete lap of the Diriyah Street Circuit. Hello everybody, welcome back up to the commentary box for live coverage of the Formula E race. I say live because as it stands, Channel 4's YouTube is live. I've got that on one screen, probably hear it in the background, but the picture I'm watching up in the commentary box where the monitor is, it's showing snooker. I know Ed Hunter's probably going to be saying, we'll rather watch the snooker. But still, welcome along to the Diriyah ePrix. We are getting ready for an absolutely fantastic run. And Ed's saying as well, oh, look at Megan's comfy commentary chair in the position. Yep, nice and comfy. A little bit ripped, though, at the seat, but you never get to see that bit. But she's here now, actually. She's walked into the side of the commentary box. Why she's got a coat on, I don't know. It's hot in this commentary box. It's cold actually in the desert, and we are 5 seconds in. She's already knocked over her windshield for the first time this year. Best to start exactly as we begin.
I feel cold.
You feel cold? We're waiting to see if we're actually going to have any pictures underway. We're about 5 minutes away. Happy New Year, Megan says Ed as well. Hello, everybody. Welcome back, says the Grid Network. Thank you. Hello to everybody as well. We've got the driver tracker in operation as well, so we're not just going to be talking on ourselves on our own pictures. We've got the YouTube chat operation as well. Track temperature, as you can see, 12 degrees. Air temperature at 13 degrees. It's 33% humidity as well. A 6 km/h wind speed as well. That has increased massively on what it was. As you saw during the highlights of qualifying, it was at a 0 wind speed. That has changed dramatically as well. But, Megan, Formula E back, the first race of the year. 2022 starts right here, right now. It's going to be a lot of fun, isn't it? Take a deep breath.
I'm just still very, very tired.
It's only December. I mean, it's only January, the 28th.
But maybe that's why I'm so tired. We'll skip right to December.
Yeah, we're skipping backwards and forwards.
Yeah, but I had, 3 criminology tests all week.
Looking good as well. I think we're still live, aren't we? Yeah.
That's 8 hours worth of exam.
Yes, it would be. I think, finally, Eurosport has ended... Yes, Eurosport has now ended the snooker. Mark Shelby's won 4. Yang Bingtao has won 5. So Yang wins that one. Let's get away from the snooker, get to the action. We're all ready to get ready.
I want to continue watching the snooker.
Dario,
Can I have it on the background?
I actually think they've timed it perfectly because Dario's about to start his lap time anyway.
So
get in touch throughout this YouTube stream. We have got the live chat open as well in the picture alongside us for this year. 45 minutes plus 1 lap. Got my little Lego model of Jake Dennis and hoping he makes a great getaway. Jake Dennis, of course, moving away from the BMW brand deals. He's now going to stay with Andretti, but it's now the Avalanche Andretti Formula E team for 2022. He starts second on the grid. Stoffel Van Dorn taking back-to-back pole positions. He was on pole in Berlin last time out 5 months ago. Takes the first pole of the year. Hopefully, I want also your opinions on what this brand new feature was with the quarter-final, semi-final, final dual system. On paper, it looked absolutely ridiculous, but on TV, it looked absolutely fantastic as well. Group A, as I said, was Friends, Bird, Van Dorn, Roland. Group B, De Vries, Cassidy, Dennis and Lotterer. They went through to the quarterfinals. Lotterer won as well against Robin Friends. Duel B, Dennis won against Sam Bird. Duel C, Van Dorn won against Cassidy, and Duel D, De Vries won against Roland. That put Lotterer against Dennis in the semi-final. Dennis took the victory there as well. In the semi-final 2, Van Dorn won over De Vries, and in the final, Van Dorn took pole, a 108.626 over Jake Dennis as well. Megan has got the right priorities.
That looks
What, with the coat? Megan with the right priorities with the coat? I presume so. Last minute pick a winner. My pick a winner, I'm going for Andre Lotterer to win today's race. He has never won a race 6 times. He's been the bridesmaid. We call him the bridesmaid of Formula E. Hopefully, I'm going for him to win today as well over the 45 minutes. So, Andre Lotterer, who's your pick a winner, Megan? Go on, pick out. You're just watching because David Schwimmer is on the pictures.
I was just like, I've been watching Friends.
Here's the starting grid. Take a pick. Who's gonna win today's race?
Hold on.
As long as you just don't pick Antonio Giovinazzi, because that's going to be a bit impossible in his first Grand Prix starting 20 seconds. And she's picked Antonio Giovinazzi.
No, I haven't.
Oh, Dan Ticktum. Oh, okay. Dan Ticktum then over there as well.
Is that possible?
Possible. By priorities, I mean Megan wanting to watch snooker rather than racing in Saudi Arabia. Ben says, why not go with Sam Bird again? That's an option. Where is Sam Bird?
Snooker's so, like... You got all this, like, oh, what's going to happen? Is it going to go? Is it going to go in?
Bird starts fifth.
I was watching darts when I was little.
Yes. Bird starts fifth on the grid, as you can see, alongside you on the TV pictures. We'll be going, by the way, with the start of the race. It'll be the big Combox cam. We'll let the field spread out a little bit. Then we'll jump on with the driver tracker for the rest of the race. Not leaving that unless there's a problem. Megan's going to pick something else. Oh, who's going to crash? Just keep away for anybody. Who's she going to hit? Oliver Rowland. You've hit. Well, Rowland was fastest in practice 1 and practice 2.
Maybe a bit too fast.
Yeah, he was actually the surprise. Ed says, didn't realise you were a human rights activist, Megan. Didn't even notice. Need to convert you to my worldview as well. Ben saying, I could show my American bias and just go with Askew, but 17th is too far back, I think. Possibly. It's round 1 of the 2022 ABB FAA Formula E World Championship to get underway here in Saudi Arabia at Diriyah. We have been waiting for 5 months since the title was decided back in Berlin. 14 cars that day were in contention. Now we'll start. There is no turning back as the lights begin to illuminate. From 10th backwards, Pascal Wehrlein as well. He was just outside of the dual system, started 6th from the Group A. 9th on the grid, Maximilian Gunther. He's received a 3-place penalty as well. He's down in P9. 8th on the grid, further back as well, Lucas de Grassi. The first ever race he's done for a team that's not Audi at Andretti as well. He's now with Venturi on the team further back. Starting 7th on the grid, Robin Freins. Now with just Envision Racing. No more Virgin sponsorship. They've gone. They're now in the bright green coloured car. Alongside him is Nick Cassidy, his teammate as well, who started 6th on the grid. He was 2nd in Jules C. Further back on the grid as well, Sam Bird starts P5 for Jaguar. He won race 2 here last year. Can he do a fight back as well? He's starting P5. My pick a winner, Andre Lotterer. For so long the bridesmaid, can today finally be his wedding day? In Formula E, he starts 4th. Nick de Vries, the Season 7 champion, starts 3rd on the grid for Mercedes EQ as well. Can he get off to another great start? He won round 1 here last year. Jake Dennis was fast in qualifying. He's 2nd on the grid, but the fastest man hooking up 4 great laps to go through the quarter-final, the semi-final and the final. Stoffel Van Dorn as well. Can he get yet another victory on his desk as well? And can he take the title lead for the first time coming into this race? The lights illuminate as we're getting ready for the parade lap.
Random comment. So, like, has anyone ever noticed how Sam Bird actually kind of looks a little bit like Sebastian Vettel?
You're not the first person to say that, actually. It's looking quite good. No turning back in Saudi reminds me of the line in Hotel California. You can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave. That's Ed already back in the box. Ed, you're getting away with that, actually, because you can watch our watch-along. There's the driver tracker. The cars will leave around the grid. You can see Stoffel Van Dorn beginning to move as well.
Who's going to get a fan boost?
Yeah.
I wonder.
Who's going to get the fan boost? Well, Van Dorn. He's always got one.
Van Dorn and Van Dorn.
Yeah, always got one, hasn't he? Antonio Giovinazzi was quite high up as well on the board. He had 24% of the votes the last time I looked. But please do continue to vote for Fan Boost. That's open until the end of the first 15 minutes. Van Dorn, Dennis, De Vries, Lotterer, Bird, Cassidy, followed by Freins, de Grassi, Gunther, Wehrlein, the top 10. Below that, Rowland starts 11th. He has a 3-place grid penalty for impeding another car in qualifying. qualifying. So he drops out of the group stages. Then we see Eduardo Mortara in P12. Pascal Verline. Eduardo Mortara. Then Jean-Eric Verne starts 13th. Mitch Evans is 14th. Sergio Sette Camera 15th. Antonio Finish Costa 16th. Oliver Askew on debut. He was great in the Indy Lights. He was great in IndyCar. Can he be great in Formula E? He's 17th in the Andretti squad. Alex Sims as well is 18th. He's won here before, but back in the BMW days, and got 2 pole positions as well. Turvey Tictum as well for the Neos right at the back. Buemi had an absolute shocking qualifying. The Season 2 champion, can he bounce back for Nissan? And the Dragon Penske of Antonio Giovinazzi in his debut in Formula E, right back in 22nd. But we should say, in that first stage of group qualifying, in Group B as well, there was a lot of congestion made together. So he never got a clear lap in. Hadn't noticed the Bird-Vettel comparison, but now you mention it, I kind of see it, says Ben as well. So, Megan, you're already onto something there. Ed says Giovinazzi, Da Costa, Evans, Van Dorn and De Vries, and in the top 5 of Fanboost currently, Tictum is the 6th, not far behind De Vries in the votes as well. That could be crucial, especially for De Vries starting 3rd.
Bird's even in position 5, and his rating number is literally double Sebastian's.
Yes, into P10 as well. Cars beginning to line up on the grid then. We will have 45 minutes plus 1 lap of racing. A reminder as well, if we get a safety car during this race, for every minute we spend under that new Porsche safety car, 45 seconds will be added on to the race time. So say we spend 5 minutes behind the safety car, we will only lose 90 seconds of racing time, as it will keep getting clicked back on as well. We'll talk you through it as it happens as well. Stoffel Van Dorn lining up on the grid. He is on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side is Jake Dennis. This is Robin Frines coming into position.
Looked like he was not completely in control there.
And a few of the cars doing burnouts, taking a while to get to their grid slots. It's a good thing these cars don't overheat. They are electric, no clutch either. If this is your first time joining us, all they've got to do is, as soon as the 5 lights go out, is hit the pedal to the floor and you will go straight down towards turn 1, or technically it's turn 18. Attack mode will be available as well. After 2 laps, they can start taking it. The field beginning to line up at the back with Giovinazzi.
I don't like how Van Dorn's lined up.
No, Van Dorn is a little bit out of shape. Giovinazzi is in shape. He looks like he's a bit too far in his grid slot, does Stoffel Van Dorn. He's all eager towards Jake Dennis as well.
And it looks a bit too far to the right.
So, all 22 cars are lined up on the grid then. The start light procedure will come on. 45 minutes plus 1 lap. We're under the starter's orders. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Season 8 begins now. And it's a great start from Van Dorn. It's a great start from Jake Dennis. But look who's trying to go around the outside. Nick De Vries takes 2nd. It's a Mercedes 1-2. The 2 Envision cars make contact. Cassidy side by side as well with Frines. And they're all bumping and balling. Da Costa is falling back as well. Da Costa's down to 22nd place. The DS to Cheats has made a terrible start.
There?
Oh, there's a yellow, but we've gone back to green. It's a great start from De Vries. He got the jump on Dennis. Mercedes 1-2. Dennis to 3rd. Mortara to 10th as well. Da Costa, he's dropped right back down. Da Costa's 16th. He's gone down to 22nd. And that's Da Costa in the pit lane. So Da Costa in big trouble already. He's already in the pits.
He went into the wall a little bit and made a little bit of contact. Not sure who with. Though at least Giovinazzi's not last anymore.
Giovinazzi up to 21st place as well. 44 minutes and 8 seconds to go. We're a little bit behind. So yeah, not that much behind on the timing screens as well for what we're seeing. Van Dorn leads, and there is Da Costa, as you said, Megan, into the pit lane. Is it a broken suspension? I'm trying to look at the back of the car, but this is terrible news for the Season 6 champion already out of it.
I feel like it's his back. I feel like it's his rear right.
Rear right looked like it, didn't it?
It looked like it was different to the left.
So, lap 1 coming to be completed. It will be completed by Stoffel Van Dorn leading the way as Jake Dennis under pressure. But look at this one further back as well. Bird de Grassi, and is that Gunther? I think it is Gunther. Looking further back, it is Gunther in the Nissan right on the back. So, 5, 6, 7 running together. Cassidy got caught up with Frines at the start, so that didn't help matters at all. Drivers misbehaving, such using your car for roughhousing is going to be harder police this season. That's just in from Hazel Hazel Southwell, who's over in Dirrier as well.
Was it Turvey versus Da Costa?
Yeah, I think it was, because Turvey's up to 17th, and he got in the way of the two as we ride with Degrassi.
I'm trying to look for any damage on the track, see if maybe someone went into a wall or something. And I think I just saw it. Because going round that corner, I noticed there was like marks on the side, and that would be on the rear right. So I'm guessing they made a little bit of contact, maybe forcing into the wall.
Possibly. We'll need to see a replay of the start. I think you're bang on with your points of view there, as we have to look. Da Costa's still in the pit lane. He's a lap down. I think he's out of the race. We'll wait until he disappears. Yeah, we'll wait until he disappears off the monitor. You'll see it on the screen as well. But 21 cars left in this race as now Degrassi's under pressure. Gunther's got in the slipstream down towards turn 1. They've got 220 kilowatts of power to use in this race. When you take attack mode, that increases to 250 kilowatts. So in the usable energy, mainly during the race, it's up by 20%. It used to be 200 last year, now it's 220. As attack mode activation has now been opened, as I said, 2 laps into the race. So now we will begin to see the strategies open for the field as they hurtle down to turn 1. Van Dorn leads, De Vries second, Dennis is third, Lotterer, Bird, top 5 as well. Degrassi, Gunther still running together. Cassidy's beginning to drop back further as well. And Miracles, they've all been a bit well behaved, but the 2 Mercedes at the front are closing together. Bar Da Costa. I know you're going that one. Bar Da Costa, but this has been quite well behaved for a Dirrier race as well. Look, they're still relatively packed together.
Is that a piece of debris?
We're pointing to it on the screen.
It was just like a white piece near the side, which would be on the right side of a car.
It looks like, yeah.
There's so many marks near this thing. I can't tell whether it's from a crash the day before or
the
from
Porsche,
now.
yeah, the Porsche has crashed this morning in free practice 2. That was the Porsche experience laps. Delayed free practice 2 quite a bit, as you saw in the pre-race show. Up the inside, that's Bird being passed by Degrassi, and Bird's now tailgating Degrassi. That was very late from Lucas to go on the inside. Bird's having to go defensive from Gunther, who's trying to go around the outside, coming into turn 21 to complete the lap again. De Vries with the first lap. Tictum's down to 21st, yeah. What's happened to Dan Tictum?
He's kind of going a little bit down there.
Yeah, Askew, Boemi and Giovinazzi moved up, and that is Dan Tictum in real strides.
And he was behind Turvey. Okay, is he picking people off?
That's his teammate as well. Turvey in the Neo 333, who Tictum as his teammate as well. So Dan Tictum's dropped down to 21st place. We'll have to see what happened there.
I feel like he's slowly picking people off.
Yeah, there he is, look, the 33. He's right back now. He's 8 tenths behind Giovinazzi. You can see him on the driver tracker. He's spreading out. The 2 Mercedes are staying together. They versed each other in duel number... in the semi-final 2, sorry. Van Dorn versus De Vries. Van Dorn came out on top. He went on to get pole position, but definitely now Da Costa wants it back as there was a lights failure, as we heard from Degrassi. Van Dorn.
Foxtrot India 08 Papa.
That's Van Dorn on the radio as well. De Vries getting very close to him.
Tictum is literally a second behind.
So he's really dropping back. Unless it's energy saving, I'm not sure. It's getting quite quick.
It would be.
Let's go over quickly to the chat as well. I think Dennis might be the first to pull the trigger for attack mode. Mercedes are not going to romp off into the distance like last year. Don't mess with the Turbinator. I'll be back, says Ed as well. Ed's right on it as well with the puns. Miss you in the box, hopefully back in Mexico or sometime soon. Right with, on board with De Vries now. He's closing up on Van Dorn. The gap between them is 0.4 and is closing between the two as well. He's not letting it go. Dennis is staying there and so is Lotterer. So the top 4, I think, have now begun to break away. They've got the biggest gap to Degrassi, who was fighting Bird. So as I said, Van Dorn, De Vries, Dennis and Lotterer, the top 4 in this race, 39 minutes plus a lap to go.
You know,
and that's Da Costa out. Da Costa out of the car.
Oh, and he is not happy about it.
They look like we're trying to focus on the suspension. Is it suspension damage? I'm not sure. Down the start straight we go again towards turn number 18. De Vries just staying with Van Dorn. Big locker. That's Dennis locking up, nearly making an error on the chicane. Surprised Lotto didn't go for attack mode there. Sorry, mate.
Degrassi.
Yeah, Degrassi. Lotto did take attack mode. Oh, so I was correct. So yeah, Degrassi goes to 4th, and Lotterer has now taken his attack mode. So has Roland. So that's 3 minutes they get to use 250 kilowatts of power for. So Lotterer and Roland, the 2 to take attack mode. Van Dorn nearly touched the wall. Do you see the oversteer coming up the hill through turns 2 and 3. Van Dorn's rear left of the car slid out and almost hit the wall. De Vries is right with him now, and now there's a 2.5 second gap with Lotterer taking that attack mode. He's already got back ahead of Degrassi.
De Vries, mate, just like slow down a little tiny bit, because I feel like if Van Dorn suddenly takes attack mode, it ain't going to end well for either of you.
No, it's not, because if he jumps, De Vries will jump, or worse
And then
off,
crash.
Yeah, because Van Dorn will go to take attack mode, and
Dennis will go right into him.
And that is the message.
I've missed that radio. We haven't got the iPad from De Vries either at the moment, so we haven't got the iPad today. We'll have the iPad tomorrow, so we can actually listen to more team radio as playing up again today. But the top three still going for it, and De Vries and Dennis take attack mode. Now they both get it as well. So De Vries and Dennis take the attack mode, and that right there is that Verline. Yeah, Verline taking the attack mode. Through goes Roland back up to P11. Van Dorn leads it. No, fast up goes to Lotterer. Lotterer's joined in. Yep, Sims has taken it as well. He's up into 15th. So attack mode must be used twice during the race. Each last 3 minutes, and it's a 30 kilowatt power boost. So that's up to 250 kilowatts of power, as I said.
Honestly, I would time it for using it like a quarter of the way in and then the quarter to the end, because then you've got equal amount of time and then you've got time to build yourself back up.
Ed says that Van Dorn has lost out here. He's going to be lost track position when he gets back in attack mode. Van Dorn.
Push to attack mode this lap.
We didn't miss that, luckily. Thanks for pointing that out. Van Dorn being told, pushed for attack mode this lap. He's got 2 seconds as well to De Vries. But the question is, Van Dorn's going to go for that attack mode. De Vries is going to be at that part of the corner. Van Dorn's going to go off the racing line. And has he taken it now? Yes, he has. Does he activate it in time? Yes. Where's De Vries? Did he get back through? Oh, 0.6. Van Dorn timed that perfectly. But they all run together now. Lotterer's only got 30 seconds of attack mode left. Lotterer, I think, once again is the worst in this situation. Degrassi, Bird, Gunther, Freins, and Cassidy as well haven't taken attack mode. They're now going to be right on it as well, as Roland, who is on attack mode, fighting with Freins, trying to go around the outside at turn 1.
Have you got the new attack mode?
There's a yellow flag. We've got a yellow flag down at turn 18.
I thought someone was going a bit off.
That's an attack mode. So who's down at 8? Well, I can't see anyone down at turn 18 because Tictum's gone through. So it must be a marshal down on the track that's brought out this yellow flag. There's a boarding loose there. Did you see it flapping around? Yeah. We've gone green, so whatever that yellow was, it now no longer exists. Presumably it was a marshal who had to get something out of the track.
Roland's going down.
Roland is dropping down. He's Freins up to 10th. Roland's now down to 9th. No, other way round. Roland passes Freins. The computer got it wrong there. Yellow turned 17. Not sure why yet. As De Vries trying on the back.
Oh, Roland's dropping
I told
back.
you. Yeah, Roland's dropping back. Not sure why yet.
Think he's crashed.
So Roland's dropped down to 21st place, 3 abreast as Freins trying to go out the outside. And there's all sorts of drama going on now. Freins is really in trouble. Through goes Gunther. Verline goes through. Freins down. Mortara goes through. And at the inside, that's a brave move there from Evans. And, cars sliding around everywhere. Multiple yellows now out. As now round the outside, Verline chokes through turn 1. And that's brave against Mortara. Mortara holds on for 9th. Verline just stays back to 10th. This is the problem because they've all got it, and Roland's in the wall at turn 16. Roland is in the wall. You're right, Megan. This could trigger a safety car and will trigger a safety car.
For the love of motorsport, just show us what happened to Roland.
So Roland must have gone straight on. It's that part of the track I talked about. So the safety cars come out, and it's hampered Van Dorn big time now. Safety car deployed with 34 minutes of the race to go, and now this hampers Gunther massively. He had 2 minutes of attack mode left.
Ooh, that's...
So, yeah, they've got another one, but safety car is deployed. Cars to follow the leader behind the safety car as well. No overtaking.
I knew he was dropping down too
Right,
much.
here we go. What happened to Roland? Oh, he's battling with Freins, and he's already got a broken end plate. Freins hits him into the wall. I think that's what happened. That's why Mortara and Verline were right there. Oh, he's going backwards. Whoa, this is an interesting one.
He did a spin.
So Roland must have been on the outside, with Freins on the inside. Freins has gone to turn to the corner. oversteered off.
He must have got spun round
Yeah.
by his wheel.
Yeah, so he's just been tagged
For it
into
to
the
be,
wall.
for it to do that, he would have got spun round on his left-hand side. It
Yeah.
would have been. So then he went like that, and then he would have had no time at all. He would have gone like whacked right in.
So that's a heavy stop as well from an
Yeah.
high acceleration. Yeah.
I would just put him into the medical thing, make sure he doesn't have a concussion, because he wouldn't have had time to slow down and pace there, because obviously he was spun round. But also it was so close to the actual place that
Yeah.
he started spinning round. Just check for a concussion.
So safety car is out then. We're down to 20 runners. Da Costa's out of the race. Roland's crashed out. The new Porsche electric safety car leads the field around on the track as well. And now we go into the procedure where at the end of this safety car period, for every minute we spend under this safety car, 45 seconds will be added
What's
onto the
that?
race time. So we shouldn't lose too much. Looks like a slight, it's part of a pothole, so that's just been covered with tarmac.
Oh,
so
good. I
It's just
thought
a
it was
little
like-
tiny hole, yeah.
I thought it was something that could probably get into the cars.
Well, how long is it going to take for Roland's car to be recovered? According to our driver track, and you can still see it here, it's still down at turn 16 and 17 where it's gone in. So this could take a little bit longer. Not a great day for the Brits. Roland out of the race. Tictum's in 20th. Turvey's 18th. Sims is 13th. But good for the top Brits because Dennis is 3rd. Bird's 6th. So the 6th, we've got 2 inside.
I tell you what,
And Gunther's out of attack mode now.
when it comes to tracks, don't you ever just want the track to be all icy and then just go ice skating?
I would actually, yeah. I'd love to see what kind of speed, especially down the bobsleigh section, turns 1, 2, and 3, and 4.
and like the hills of the sections just be like Jacob Cratchit.
Yeah.
Is it Jacob Cratchit? Yeah. It's Bob Cratchit. That was
Bob
it.
Cratchit.
That was it. I'm getting
You're
Jacob
confused.
Marley.
Yeah, Jacob Marley, getting confused.
Yeah.
Roland's out of the car,
Yeah,
by the way, so
like
he's
Bob
okay.
Cratchit going down the hill.
We're just waiting to hear from the race director to see if he said anything. But coming through now,
Ooh, look at those lines.
that's
right
what
there.
that's a big lock up
That's
down to turn 1.
heavy.
That must have been from Mortar and Frines locking up into turn 18.
Because it's there as well.
Yeah. So the safety car is out. Let's take another look back at the start. So watch
Ooh.
out for Da Costa at the back. It was a poor start as well from Oliver Roland, actually. So he dropped back a bit as well. Now look further back. There is Antonio Felix Da Costa, and he's been chopped in by
By who?
Tictum and Turvey.
I knew Turvey was a part of it.
Yeah, so Turvey went onto the inside and ticked him on the outside and just gave zero room to Da Costa. So Da Costa's suspension was broken before the race had even begun.
Ooh, they're probably going to get a punch in the face.
Yeah,
When he
big.
comes
Yeah, I would avoid Antonio Felix Da Costa. 0 points on the standings now as
He
well.
looked mad.
Look at the two inversion racings. That's Cassidy coming to the inside, just went out way wide. He brought Frines in as well. There's the accident. So there's Da Costa already with a broken suspension. There, look.
There was also contact there. Who was
Broken suspension. The steering arm's bent.
who
so,
was two
yeah.
ahead? Red. That would've been
Giovinazzi and I think Sims coming through.
Well,
And Askew. We'll be
I
over
think
Askew.
Sims accidentally hit someone at the
Yeah.
back. They knocked into each other.
And this is De Vries going through as well. Safety car's still out. Looks like the car's been removed. Let's go over then as well just quickly because Ed says we're going to see at least 5 minutes added to the race time here. I was going to say not a good day for the Brits. Dennis is doing all right. Bird too. 3rd and 6th at the moment. Safety car's still out there as well. Ed saying, Meg, you would love Lego Formula E video and planning. The debate is whether to go to an Arctic ePrix or medieval ePrix. Your pick.
I love medieval time thing.
And Ed also says Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Terminator 3 Unreliability of the machines. And Josh also saying, I love Lego. Josh in the Discord, by the way, doing race control chats as well. And already, I think, saying the safety car flags are out on the board.
Did we ever actually have like Lego sets?
There's
children?
a creationary I can see standing in
That
the
doesn't
commentary
count.
box. That
I'm
does
not
not count.
counting
No,
that. That was a
basically not.
game.
The Roland's
That
car
was
is
a game,
still there.
not
Yeah.
Lego sets.
How
we
is
didn't,
creationary
did we?
game?
We had bricks.
We had your baby bricks. That was about it.
Yeah. That was
Right.
all we had.
On board now.
They're online Lego. That was wait.
Oh, Frines went in the wall. Frines actually lost the rear, went into the wall. Roland came up alongside him, and Frines had nowhere to go. And coming in, oh, is he going to tag the back? Yeah, he tags the back of Roland. Roland goes into a spin. Because, of course, Roland would have been braking into that part of the track, so he would have been regenerating the energy.
Look at his suspension, man.
Yeah, so it's regeneration under braking.
Oh, I just imagine how that would cause a suspension.
And then the nose cone's off on the front there of Robin Friends' car.
Right. Braking, gets hit. That's a massive jolt. Bash into a wall.
Another
So that
halt,
suspension. Look at it, please.
Disappointment from Roland, I must say. He was fastest in the 2 practice sessions that we had on Thursday night and Friday morning, so that's unfortunate, actually.
Lotter is still looking like the bridesmaid.
Yeah, still P4, but this safety car,
Good change.
yeah, it bounces everyone back together again, and also they are going to be after saving energy because time gets added onto the race.
Let's hope if he does become a bride, no one objects.
I'm just wondering, where was the team? I thought we were going to hear some team radio because Jack Nichols went quiet up in the box. So, yeah, safety car in this lap. Okay, so we are going to go green. The safety car's coming around turn 17, so it's near the pit lane.
Cold front brakes.
De Vries being warned.
Cold front brakes.
Yeah, cold front brakes. So he's really got to warm these tyres up.
Outley safety car in.
Yeah, here we go. Safety car in this lap. We are going ready. Lights off on the Porsche. And Van Dorn, De Vries, Dennis, Lotterer, Degrassi, Bird, Cassidy, Gunther, Mortara, Verline, the top 10, Evans, Vern, Sims, Frine, Seta Camera, Askew, Buemi, then followed by Turvey, Giovinazzi and Tickton. The 20 cars left in this race. Roland Acosta, the 2 out. The safety car comes in. Van Dorn's waiting for no one. He's gone straight to the restart as he comes out of the last couple of corners now. We go back to green flag running. And how much time is going to be added onto this race? So far, the clock has not adjusted as it gets taken away now. So I presume it can be 26 minutes and 34 seconds plus 1 lap to go. We are waiting for the time to be added on. Presumably, it's going to take some time to calculate it. Van Dorn, though, gets a great restart and is already 9/10 ahead of Dennis. In fact, look at this. The top 4 are all 9/10 between each other. And right now, the
Don't know whether
time...
to be impressed
Yeah.
or scared.
Time hasn't been added on. We should be owed a number of seconds, and it hasn't been added on.
Maybe they'll add it on at their end.
It's a bit unusual for them to do so. Maybe they're going to add it on in laps. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Van Dorn leads 7/10 of a second now to De Vries as we all keep going through. Big gap between Gunther and Cassidy. Poor restart from the Nissan. You're absolutely right. Poor restart from Dennis as well. 1.3 seconds back. He's under pressure from Lotterer, who's in the slipstream now down towards turn 1. Green flags are still out there as well. Well, it's actually turn 18, isn't it? Not turn 1. The start line changing positions really doesn't help us. Lotterer takes attack mode, number 2. So Lotterer takes his second attack mode of the race, as does Lucas Degrassi, as does Sam Bird take his first attack mode. So Degrassi and Bird taking his first attack mode. So does Cassidy. So Lotterer on his second. Mortara takes his first attack mode. And Verline goes back ahead. And Verline already had an attack mode. Frines takes his first. So does Oliver Askew. Buemi takes his first attack mode after the safety car. 25 minutes to go in the race. Lotterer.
So let's close the gap to car in front. Let's hold them.
So let's get to the gap in front. Let's hunt them down. Mortara and Evans now. Mortara has just taken attack mode. Shouldn't really have to worry about Mitch Evans, but Evans is flying in that number 9 Jaguar as well as they come onto the restart. Apparently the safety car is still on the track. Ignore that safety car. It is a timing screen glitch. It's not out on the circuit, so we are back to green flag running. You can tell that by the green flag icon on the timing tower at the top of your screen. We've got 24 minutes to go, and this is looking quite quick as well as De Vries is on the attack.
On the cusp, push for attack.
De Vries is on the attack. I think he's passed him. I think De Vries has got ahead of Van Dorn. I can't tell why. And he has. He has. And De Vries takes the lead of the race away from Van Dorn. Big luck up as well from Gunther. De Vries leads. And I don't know if he's taken a timer. No. Fastest lap then goes to Lotterer. Lotterer gets ahead of Dennis, who takes attack mode. De Vries leads here interior. It's a year ago again, Megan.
I don't know what to say.
When did that happen? When did that overtake happen? There it is. De Vries leads. Wow.
That's surprising. Let's hope that the fan boost comes soon. So I've just been looking through my receipts in my pocket. The chips in my collar have gone up by 15p.
That's nice to know.
Not nice to know.
The James Hunt there of Pointless Commentary. Fan Boost has been awarded. Megan, could you read them out, please?
Where?
Lotterer's got ahead of Dennis. So Lotterer's passed this. Here's Van Dorn. Van Dorn's missed a tag mode. Van Dorn went for a tag mode and he missed it. He never crossed the first activator, and that allowed to freeze through. Van Dorn missed a tag mode. I don't believe it. He never hit the sensors.
Bambost. Giovinazzi. I don't know.
So we've got Giovinazzi, Da Costa. He's out of the race.
Oh, Da Costa. That's pointless.
Then we've got Evans.
Van Dorn. And it's Car 17.
That's De Vries. So De Vries did get ahead in the attack mode, then Tictum didn't take it. So Giovinazzi, Da Costa, Evans, Van Dorn, De Vries takes the attack mode.
His first one.
Cassidy gets the fastest lap, a 109.595 as well, so continue to improve there. Oh, Dennis fell for the bait. Lotterer has gained track position. Van Dorn didn't miss it. It's only the second line, the red one, which counts for activation, but he hasn't. Oh, he has got it. He's taken it now. Both the Mercedes have just taken their attack modes. So De Vries and Van Dorn get attack mode, but the first time he went for it, he missed it. There is a 5-minute and 15-second time extension. Has that been added to the clock now? I'm not sure. Can't see it changing on my monitor.
Has Giovinazzi taken his attack mode?
Not just yet.
Oh, he's just used his first one.
Here comes Dennis on the attack mode, pulls to the inside very late. Lotterer squeezing and they almost went airborne there. And now Dennis tries to go on the outside, hitting the wall. They both go wide, but they manage to hook it up back in the apex. And Dennis is looking absolutely menacing behind Lotterer.
You see, this all started, this drama, after you said that they were behaving.
Yep. Safety car came out and then all hell has broken loose. Trust Formula E to come back like this. It's on the radio, it's Dennis.
Nice in the braking, man, you can't do that. 306.
Yeah, relying on the braking as a defence. You're not allowed to do that.
Is it weird? I didn't hear him say braking. I thought he said gravy.
Lotterer holding off. Dennis in the last few seconds of attack mode, but they're down the bobsleigh run between turn 4 and 5. Talk us through it, Megan. That's aggressive defending from Lotterer.
That really is aggressive defending, going round. Oh,
they touched.
Forcing him into a wall nearly.
Let's take a look from the off-board camera that we were watching. This is on the heli cam. So he swings to the inside.
See?
It almost ended up like Alexander Lynn last year.
See now, forcing him into a wall nearly.
Oh, that's a bit on the nose.
Contact.
So at the end of this race, there'll be a 5-minute and 15-second time extension. It hasn't been added on to the timing tower, so that's going to be added at the end of the race. So we've got another 5 minutes after 21 to look forward to.
Do you know what I think? If a person
Ed's saying exactly as I predicted for that time extension.
Do you know, I think if you get a fan boost and
Degrassi.
you're out,
Degrassi's taken his attack mode as well.
and you're already out, then it should go to the person who would have got it next.
That would have been Tictum, who's down in the order as well, yeah.
So I don't like that they just keep it.
Frank has taken his second attack mode as well on the screen, so he's now beginning to improve. Da Costa is out of the race, so he can't take it. The two Mercedes are into their last seconds of attack mode for the entire race. They've both done their 2 attack modes, so now it's down to pace.
I can't unsee Sam Bird looking like Sebastian Vettel.
It's a bit like that, isn't it? We're watching Sam Bird now. Giovinazzi's past Tictum.
I want them in the same room together.
It's happened. They haven't raced together, but it has happened.
I want to see that.
Vern's out of attack mode as well. Giovinazzi enters the last 10 seconds of his before he goes out of attack mode. We're on lap 17 here. We've got 20 minutes to go. There's a 5-minute 15 extension to this race due to that safety car. Maybe they should just add it on to the timing tower as soon as the safety car comes in. It looks like they're going to add it at the end of the race. As Verline, I think Verline's got ahead of Gunther. We're still waiting to see how's that happen. Let's hear from Bird.
Guys in front done 2.
Yeah, they are done.
Have I done 2? Presumably that's attack modes. Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Yes, you have, Sam. And fast lap goes to Cassidy with the last couple of minutes left of his, seconds actually left of his attack mode. Verline has passed Gunther, so here's attack modes remaining. Verline, Mortara, Evans, Turvey, Giovinazzi and Tictum have 1 left. Everybody else has used them. Bird's in his last 10 seconds. He's right now behind Jake Dennis, but he can't do anything. So he's going to have to do it now, purely on pace, and hold Lucas Degrassi back in the Venturi, who's proved already once tonight he can really start pushing. Ed said as well, Degrassi the last to go for attack mode, so Bird up to 5th. Tony Camera in 16th has done really well in the Dragon to keep Awemi's Nissan behind. I'd agree there, Ed, absolutely.
I think Giovinazzi should use his final attack mode now. I mean, he's got a fan boost. He can use that if he wants to quick fuel up by the end.
Yeah, that takes up to 230 kilowatts of power from what we have now, so it is a quick boost as well. Not as powerful as what it was. I was just thinking that. We haven't seen so far in this race how much they've got left. They haven't shown it, which I'm surprised about. The teams don't get that data either. The teams don't know how much they've got left. Let's hear from Degrassi.
Yeah, they should be doing a really good job. Lotra and Dennis are doing high 110.
If Giovinazzi goes into attack mode, he'll lose track position to Tictum. That's what Ed says as well. And Giovinazzi and Tictum right together. You can see it on the track map, look.
They really should put the percentages on because it's nice to work out things. And to
if it is, it's only on for a second, isn't it? So
yeah, though, it's also nice to see who should be very, very scared.
Yeah, who's got more energy. As well. The teams don't get that. The teams do not know how much energy these cars have left. They've got to regen like mad. The only time they know it is when it appears on the screen. There's your total laps. Van Dorn's 1.5 seconds back now. De Vries, to De Vries. Nick De Vries looks to be replaying what he did a year ago with taking victory in the first race in Diriyah. Verline is now in his 2 minutes of attack mode. Last time he did that, the safety car came out. So keep your fingers crossed he's going to be okay this time around. As that is Jerome D'Ambrosio, the team principal at Rocket Venturi Racing. Ex-Formula 1 driver, ex-Formula E driver. DJ is now his profession as well. Music DJ. He's come in to take over as team principal at Venturi as Susie Wolf was promoted to executive CEO of the entire Venturi brand. Of course, Venturi in partnership with Leonardo DiCaprio as well.
What does Toto think about this?
Toto's the head of motorsport for Mercedes as well, so he's currently very happy that his team's got a 1-2, and the Venturis are 6th with Degrassi, and way down the order actually in 9th as well with Mortara, so they're both inside the top 10. Susie's here this weekend, by the way.
I bet Toto's just like, you see Mercedes? See where they are? See where yours are.
Ed says, have to say, Mercedes have played the team game really well so far. Let's see if Van Dorn can't ruin it by crashing into De Vries in the last 5 minutes. Which 5 minutes you on about? There's going to be another 5 minutes after that is concluded. But Wemmy's run out of attack mode, so Verline will be the last one at the moment on it. There's the energies. Okay, so they're just hitting down 50%. De Vries on 49, Van Dorn 49, Lotta 47, running in 3rd. Dennis is 49, Bird the same as Degrassi, Cassidy. Verline's on 48, 50% for Mortara. Gunther's on 48, 50 for Evans and Vern. 49 now for Vern, actually. 47 for Sims. Frine's 48, Askew 49, same as Sete Camera. Boemi 49, Turvey 50, Giovinazzi 48, Tictum's on 50 as well. So you're asking for the energy, Megan. You've got it.
I receive.
You ask. Yes, you ask, you shall receive is Formula E's motto.
Do you know... Okay, off-topic thing. So, do you know Mercedes are the only thing that they don't often win at MotoGP?
Looks like it. Well, they don't win MotoGP, so yeah.
Yeah, though, like, for teams that are like Mercedes in MotoGP, they don't win.
They don't, no. As they've got to come through, Mercedes now got a 4-second advantage to the rest of the field.
I think if Mercedes went into MotoGP, they'd fail.
Well, of course, this is the last year Mercedes are racing in Formula E. They leave at the end of this year, Mercedes, which will be very sad to see them go, but it looks like they're going to try and go out on top again. The field now very much spread out
Porsche
as well.
could be happier.
Megan did ask you, Formula E, so thanks you for giving. Yeah. Megan did ask Formula E, so thank you for giving. I presume that's not ask you, that'd be ask. Presumably that's an autocorrect on Josh's part, like my phone did earlier on with autocorrecting Twitters. Side by side now, we watch the battle further back. Can't work out who this is. It's a Porsche, so I think it's Verline. No, it's not Verline. This is Lotterer and Dennis. So this is the battle for 3rd.
It's a driver. That's all we know.
Look at Dennis. He's right up now behind Andre Lotter. The gap 0.3 between them will ride with the Avalanche Andretti car of Jake Dennis. So close to the title last year until he hit the wall in Berlin after the red flag restart. He was bitterly disappointed. He's on the radio.
Yeah. Mode 3 to improve efficiency. Mode 3.
Here comes Dennis on.
So, mode 3, here comes Dennis, he's right in the toe of Andre Lotter. Lotter goes defensive, Dennis is staying with him, he dives to the inside, goes on the late brakes, what a tremendous move, does he make the corner? No, Lotter swings back round the outside, Dennis had to take the avoid, he actually had to go deep to try and make the corner, He knew Lotterer would defend, but superb driving between the two of them. And now that's giving the place almost up towards Sam Bird and Lucas Degrassi. Bird's looking in now as Mortara takes attack mode. Vern to 11th, he's past Gunther.
Right, so Giovinazzi uses his second attack mode now, and so does Matara. And that's good because Giovinazzi, he has still a fan boost left as well, so you need to get that out of the way to use that.
And Turvey takes his second attack mode. Giovinazzi has taken an attack mode. He did so a minute ago, so he's already got that ticking down. That promotes Dan, ticked him up to 19th. Well, 18th, sorry. It did until Turvey passed him. We ride with Lucas Degrassi on the Rocket Venturi Racing car as well. The first race he's ever done with anything that isn't an Audi or an Apt in this series as well. And he's adapting well to the Mercedes powertrain. He's got boots on the back. Yeah, Venturi do run Mercedes powertrain, so there's a bit of give there between the Wolves as well. Terminator Salvation, Ed has said. Terminator, of course, because he's now got ahead of Tictum as Sims passes Gunther. Sims has passed Gunther as well, but the battle for 4th place is hotting up. That energy staying on the screen now for quite a lot of the time.
Since I've been watching a lot of Friends, whenever I hear the name Gunther, I just think Gunther from Friends.
Dennis, let's take another look then off board. Now let's see how much he ran off. We saw it on board. It was quite deep into the corner. So he sells Lotterer the dummy, dives on the inside, goes late on the brakes. Lotterer knows this, makes the apex. Dennis just runs straight onto the paint. And Lotterer says, well, that was a nice try. Would you like another go in about 5 minutes or so? And that was a bit desperate, I think, from Dennis. How do you read that one?
Kinda, yeah. Oh, I just thought of something.
Go.
Due to the extra time, they struggle making it to the end. Usually, what are they going to do now?
They're going to have to regen their energy. Hopefully they have done under the safety car. Here we go then, attempt number 3 with Dennis in the slipstream. Lotterer just keeping the car exactly where he needs it to be. And again, the car not moving an inch. But Dennis is getting closer and closer, but he's being left by Bird and Degrassi as Mortara moves ahead of Verline. It's becoming a 4-way scrap. Maybe Cassidy's joining it, so maybe a 5-way scrap for 3rd place. Cassidy's joining this battle. He's only a couple of seconds behind, 1.2 seconds back.
Right, so I don't know what to say, to be honest.
Terminator Gen 2 is... So, Terminator Dark Fate. You've already gone through the entire Terminator series. What are you going to do, though, with the Sarah Connor Chronicles? What are you going to do there, Ed? As well.
Chronicles.
Yeah, don't forget about the Sarah Connor Chronicles. As Tictum's gone down to 20th, Giovinazzi to 19th place, and Seta Camera to 16th, passing Buemi.
Yeah, but also, same initials.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, SMS, yeah.
Seta Camera.
Dennis Radio.
See, Jack.
Okay, mate, keep it up. We've got 1% more than Lotterer, still 1% more.
Ooh,
So
1%. Now you're golden.
Well, let's just have a look. You can do a lot with 1% of energy. Maybe we're going to see that now. Lotterer keeps that car perpendicular in the middle of the track as well as they swing into turn 18 as well. It's still not working out. Dennis is trying everything he needs to. This is tremendous racing to kick us off in 2022.
Has he tried turning it off and on again?
The Ed said the Dan Tictum Chronicles. All right, that'll work. As that's more Evans has got ahead of Verline, but now they've switched back. Friens goes to 12th ahead of Sims. So there's overtakes happening on the circuit
Wait,
that we're not seeing. Vern goes 10th. Vern improves.
I could do Agatha Christie jokes.
So Vern goes up there as well.
Why didn't I ask Evans?
Tictum is on. Oh man, that's a nice one. Tictum is on his last attack mode as well. 1 minute 47 left for him.
I'm so using that if anyone ever has like a drama.
Yeah, reminder, we have got a 5-minute 15-second extension. You can see in the race control chat just alongside our main pictures here from the race control messages. Josh Plays will also be telling you that in the Discord as well. We hope to have him on at some point this year once we figure out how to incorporate into the Formula E systems. As we see now, once again, this is a dramatic battle this time as well. And Friens is going to drive through penalty for causing collision as Dennis slings it on the inside. This time they're going to make contact. Lotterer goes wide. Dennis literally forces his way through, and here comes Bird. Bird is the word, trying to go round the outside. It hasn't paid off. Dennis is screaming to the inside. Bird trying to go through on the inside of Lotterer. Lotterer's shutting the door, and now Cassidy joins the party. Lotterer goes defensive to the inside. Bird tries to go on the outside.
I've got a puncture.
Oh, Dennis has got a puncture! Dennis has got a puncture! Dennis is saying he's got a puncture. That's very dangerous down the bobsleigh run.
One thing I can say, Lotterer actually did a good thing by pushing me a little bit out of the way, because if he hadn't have just pushed far at the back, then Dennis would have gone into the side of the corner. So
Friends has rejoined in 17th place, losing positions to Sete Camera and Boemi as that's out of the pit lane. That was Friends serving a penalty for hitting off Roland earlier on in the race. It was a drive-through penalty he got. Now the action begins, because look at this. Lotter is really under pressure. Dennis is continuing away in the distance. I don't think Dennis does have a puncture. Lotterer is in big trouble now. He's going to have a gaggle of cars coming through. Burch trying to go around the outside. Degrassi's there as well. Lotterer playing the same games. It's not going to work against Burch or Degrassi. They've both done the maximum amount of races in Formula E at 85. They've never missed one in their career. They are the most experienced drivers on the grid. And Degrassi's a champion, of course, back in Season 3. Burch has won a race in every single year he's competed, and they're still close together.
Like crazy, something's wrong.
Dennis's suspension could be out, but he's still closing that gap. Bird's right in the back of Lotterer. Drama here, interior.
okay, just a little observation.
Bird went wide! Bird went wide! He went too deep down the bobsleigh run. And now, they're literally like a bobsleigh. They are all four of them together, mirroring each other perfectly as they drift left and right. Fabulous racing between the two. And now they've caught back out to Lotterer.
Have you ever noticed how much Dennis talks on the radio?
We've lost audio from Eurosport, so that helps us in the comms box. At least it's not pictures. Bird gonna have to go defensive at some point as well. Lotterer is still there, side by side. Cassidy desperately trying to find a way through, and through it goes Degrassi. I thought he was gonna make a lunge, but Bird locks up, goes a little bit too deep. Degrassi trying to find a way through. Cassidy holding there with him. This is tremendous racing so far. As they swing back through, Bird goes defensive. Degrassi had the attack, just not paying off, as Evans in attack mode now as well. He's into P10. What a fantastic race this is turning out to be, as Cassidy's right there now on the back of Degrassi.
Why can't we hear anything?
Not sure. It's not our side. It must be their side. Yeah, the world feed commentary's gone down, so it's not. That's horrible for Jack Nichols and Dario Fanchiti. It's fine for us. You can listen to us here on the commentary uninterrupted. So here we go again then. 6 minutes 12 to go, and they are all together like a bobsleigh. Bird, Degrassi, Cassidy, all on the same amount of energy, and they've caught back up to Lotterer. There's a 2% energy deficit there. Lotterer's on 26%. It's changing once again as we cut to the leader, Nick de Vries. There's a technical issue. Apologies for the lack of sound as well. That's not on our side. That is on their side.
Okay.
And I've just double-checked as well. We're not hearing anything from the commentary side over there. I think there is a bigger problem. As Cassidy having a go as well, trying to go through. I think there's a massive issue interior for commentary, as Lotterer holding it together with Bird as well. Degrassi and Cassidy closing together. They're still now together. Lap 30 of this race.
Right. Okay, if someone doesn't use their fan boost, I am going to get very, very annoyed.
It's closing up, isn't it? Fantastic.
So, use it.
And Bird's now right with him, and they go down the bobsleigh chute once again. 25% energy now for Lotterer, 26 for Bird, Degrassi and Cassidy, and Degrassi is getting quicker. That menacing black rocket livery is like a silent ninja. Degrassi is right there. Evans runs out of attack mode, and Bird's going for it. Oh, I thought he was looking for a move down into turn 16, but down now again. They're still running close together. This is really going to be close, as we've got commentary again from Eurosport as they swing back through. How long until there's more going on now? Down we go again. Lotterer is a sitting duck. Bird's going to go for the move. Degrassi and Cassidy are right there. Bird sends it to the inside line. Lotterer goes to the outside as well. Through goes Degrassi. Cassidy on the outside. He's feeling optimistic. He comes off worst of all as Bird goes to 4th. Lotterer to 5th. How long's that going to last? Because look at Degrassi. He's really fighting for a way through. Tremendous racing here.
We didn't even know the curve continued.
And Degrassi sends it out the inside of turn 1 and almost sends Lotterer into the wall. Degrassi goes through with a bold, beautiful, brilliant move on that brilliant overtake from Lotterer. And now it's Cassidy's turn.
We didn't even notice the curve continued. Remember who I picked?
To go out. Roland. Oh, yeah. You did pick, you did show Roland, actually.
I said, he's going to crash.
You did pick, actually, so that's you got that right again. So
And he calls a
curse words.
safety car.
Right, we're now into added time. So 5 minutes and 15 seconds. The race has been extended. So added time, remember that. And look, now it's done.
They just made it look like 5'5".
So added time, 5:15. You can see that on the top of our monitor. So when the clock hits 0, that 5 minutes, I believe, will start to tick down. Cassidy's going for the move now, and Lotto pulls to the outside line. Cassidy's so close to being launched up the back of Lotto. We've already seen Alex Lynn do that a year ago. Don't want to see that happen again. Cassidy looking to the inside now. Dives on the inside at turn 21, the last corner. And Cassidy goes through. Lotto shuts the door.
I think
Fabulous.
Lotterer is turning more into a guest right now than a bridesmaid.
Yep, he's been demoted as quick as you can go. He's not even an usher anymore as well, as they keep going. Mortara's next to mug him as well. His best friend, Jean-Eric Verne, is up in P9. Yeah, Verne, who's taking it much more seriously this year. He stopped drinking, he stopped smoking, he's settled down with his family as well. He's starting a family. Verne, very much taking this one seriously, and now it's delivering. He's P9 after a bad start he had last year. The added time is waiting to be added. When we get to 0 on the clock, added time will be added, I believe. Got to make sure how that one works out. Dennis continuing to gradually close on the Mercedes drivers. Time has been added. We think it has. We're not too sure.
Do you know, I think that Lotterer would be more considered the flower girl at this point of this race.
I think the time has been added.
Guess.
I think the time has been added. So when that clock hits 0... we're into the added time.
The parents of the brides agree.
So it's closing in. That's a big move.
Oh, that was close.
Mortara banging on the inside. Here comes Verne round the outside. Evans is there as well. 3-1 doesn't go. Back out of that one, Mitch. That would have been a big accident, but they all got through.
We've had enough.
Yeah, Lotterer ahead of Verne. Evans in 10th as well. Lotterer struggling to get into the points. Stay in the points now.
Crash. Who will it be?
Mortara stays P7 as well. The graphics showed it going from 5 to 10. Thank you, Ed. So the added time has now been added on.
I want Set a Karma to crash.
Thanks for that confirmation, Ed. I didn't see that on the monitor.
I don't want him to crash.
Set a camera.
Yeah.
Verne is up to 8th. He's passed Evans. Lotto is now down to 10th place. Fan boost still hasn't been used for De Vries, Van Dorn, Evans, and Da Costa, and Giovinazzi. Costa's out of the race. As there goes Evans, it's Evan De Vries.
At the moment, it will start sneaking up, but we are in control of that with the buffer, so we're looking at it.
That's on Dennis. That's Dennis sneaking up, as Ed pointed out on the YouTube chat. That is Dennis starting to close in. Yeah.
Verline into 12th.
Oh, so that he's passed Alex Sims as well. So the two ex-teammates trading positions as well. Sims down into 14th place now.
Gunther, 13th. Sims is dropping a bit down.
So the added time has been taken. Bet you all thought it was a bit odd why the grey bar at the top of the screen was so big. I knew there'd be added time I put on as well at some point, so I made it as big as the added time is so you can all see it on the monitor. So big brain working here as they come through.
I'm going to say this for the last time. Use the fan boost.
Van Dorn has 0.7 between them at the moment, so Van Dorn's beginning to close on Nick De Vries. They'll both wait to use those fan boosts to both defend and attack each other.
What about the other two?
They can use it anytime. Mercedes are almost certainly going to use Van Dorn to head off Dennis. It looks like Dennis now 4.5 seconds. He was 5.5 the previous lap, so Dennis beginning to close in on this race with 5 minutes to go now as they cross the control line. 5 minutes, of course, plus one lap.
Gio, Lotterer, Evans, Verne,
Megan, Megs, you did point out, by the way, are they going to make it to the end of the race with this extended time? They're on 15%. They've got 5 minutes and a lap to go. That's a bit much. That's another 3 laps or so, 4 laps maybe. That's a big ask. They've got to start saving this energy. Let's not have another situation like we did in Valencia.
Tell you what. Why don't the people with the fan boost use them?
Well, that uses more energy as well. You can't use your fan boost. Can't use your fan boost if you're less than 10% as well.
Exactly. So they need to use them now.
Use fan boost.
Van Dorn, use fan boost. Van Dorn used fan boost.
My
There we go.
endless moaning has paid off.
And they've both used it. De Vries and Van Dorn have both used their fan boost. They've gone green on the monitor.
Now, the other two.
Yeah. So that's De Vries and Van Dorn who have used their attack mode. They're the only two leaders in this race so far. And now Evans is using his attack mode to try and pass Jean-Eric Verne round the outside in towards turn 18. That's getting a little bit too close for comfort. That was dead. Oh, but off goes Verne. Verne goes off. Evans tries to come back. He's back on the accelerator. Verne brake late there. And Verne's got the inside line to shut the door. Evans is trying to go through. This is over 8th place. No, not going to work out unless he can hook it up nicely out of turn 21 to the line.
Who's the other fan boost?
Fan boost. Well, Evans, Giovinazzi. Da Costa didn't use it, of course, because he's out of the race. So that's X for Da Costa, because he is out of the race. So it's Giovinazzi now who's left to use it. Can't use the attack mode if you're less than 10% of energy.
It's like, I've tried breathing in and out. That does not help me. It never has. Trust me, my whole entire 16 years of life, breathing in and out has never helped. It actually makes me get more angry.
Yeah. Not bad, is it? 3 minutes to go in the race. And look, now they're hitting that 0% that we were worried about. They're hitting that crucial time limit as well. As incident involving Askew and Sims is under investigation, causing a collision at turn 18. I'm hearing 3 commentators in my ears for some reason. Were you hearing the same thing there, Megan? Yeah. Looks like my prediction of Sam Bird to win isn't going to pan out. Yeah, neither mine, actually. Well, I said Lotterer. Look how that's worked out. He's dropped down to 10th place at the moment.
Well, look how mine turned out.
I don't think anybody would have had Nick De Vries to win this race. Started 3rd on the grid. And he's going to repeat the season opening win he did in Season 7. Just a year ago in January, actually. So this is confusing everybody. 2 minutes to go of the race then. With a great advantage for De Vries, Van Dorn, Dennis, Bird, De Grassi as well, top 5. And they've hit 0%. So they've hit 8%. How long is it going to be until they just sort of back up and just sort of regen as much as possible? Or is it just now fully going to the end of the race?
Hold on. And Giovinazzi officially cannot use his fan boost. He is at 9%. So the first time you're in a race, you get a fan boost and you decide, oh, do you know what? I'm not going to use this. That's smart, isn't it? It's not F1. This is Formula E. Use the damn fan boost!
And now Bird's under pressure from De Grassi as well. Cassidy's right there. They're battling now over 4th place. Going through. Evans passed Verne. Evans has now gone to 8th place. Askew passes Lotterer as well. So Lotterer is outside the top 10. Cassidy has the fastest lap, 1:09.207. He'll get the bonus points. Of course, Stoffel Van Dorn already leads this championship. He got 3 points for taking the Jules Baer pole position earlier on today. So he got 3 World Championship points coming into this race. Van Dorn's now going to get 25. 18 for Van Dorn. The gap is only going to be about 2 or 3 points in the standings. That's beautiful. 2 points, I'm being told in my ears. As he's going to get lapped if he's not careful. Yeah, look at this. There, you see the 99 on your driver tracker. That is Giovinazzi. And just passing the 17 there, that is De Vries. 5% of energy left with 35 seconds to go. They're going to have to do another lap here. Oh, this is dangerous. This is very dangerous because De Vries is now going to cross the line. He's going to complete this lap as well as Bird's under pressure.
Close. Stoffel's been informed.
Mortara.
When you start your next lap.
So hold position. De Vries has been told. So is Van Dorn. So Mercedes are going to end it 1-2. No overtaking there. But crucially, they've crossed the line with 10 seconds to go. They're going to have to do another 2 laps. So this lap and the next. So that is going to be very close on energy if they can actually manage it. 4% left now.
That means if either of them win this race and they don't have any percentage left, then they're immediately disqualified.
Exactly. They hit 0, they are out immediately.
Maybe Lotterer was a good way to go.
Where is he? Lotter's got 4% of energy, but he can afford to just regen the car as much as possible.
Actually, Tictum has 5%.
The clock hits 0, and they're only on 3%. They've got another lap to do. They might just make it. 2.5% to make it round a lap. That's going to be extremely close as Bird, De Grassi, Cassidy, and Mortara all start to close up. It's going to be the last lap of the ePrix here. 50-odd minutes has flown by.
2%.
Oh, that's going to be close. They took 3% on that last lap alone, Megan. Last lap the call here in Saudi Arabia for race 1 of 2 under the lights. And now it's extremely close as well, as they're all on 2%. They're going to have to really risk it now. And who in this group for 4th is going to make a lunge and just say, I'm going to go for it? Look at Mortara. He's joined the back of this queue and he's feeling racy. Verline passes Lotterer. Lotterer is having to regen energy. We knew he was 2% down anyway.
1%.
Evans has hit 1. De Vries and Van Dorn have hit 1%. Gunther's gone up. So Lotterer's really regenerating energy now as well. Bird is holding off from Degrassi. Here's the 2 Mercedes in the silver arrows as well. De Vries is going to repeat what he did in race 1, but they're all having to save so much energy. And where is Jake Dennis?
0.7.
This is close. This is very, very close as well. Nick De Vries is going to be his 3rd win in ABB FIA Formula E in 27 starts. Nick De Vries, he echoes what he did last year. He won a Saudi Arabia 1. He went on to win the title. It's back-to-back victories in Diriyah in the season opener. Nick De Vries wins. And I think Van Dorn hit 0 just as he crossed the line. Where's Dennis?
Just after. Literally, he had crossed the line, literally. He got like...
Bird's coasting! Degrassi across the line! Bird hit 0, Degrassi crosses 5th! Bird 4th, Degrassi 5th, Mortara 6th! And across the line!
Thank you. Strong comeback after a tough start. No, let's say from. Thank you for your...
Evans, the top 10! It's once, twice, and 3 times a winner in Formula E for Nick De Vries, the Season 7 champion who crashed in free practice 1 yesterday, lost 50% of the practice time, has knocked it out of the park in Saudi Arabia and wins race 1, echoing back what he did in Season 7. Van Dorn 2nd, Dennis is 3rd, Bird 4th, he had to coast across the line, Degrassi 5th, Mortara 6th, Cassidy 7th, Vern 8th, Askew, Oliver Askew gets points. He started this race in 17th. He finishes 9th. A great job.
Finished.
Great job from the American. And Evans is 10th. Let's hear from De Vries.
Yeah, well done. Well done. Flawless race.
Oops, I think we missed that interview.
Now he's done.
For those that don't know what we're talking about, Nick De Vries crashed on his 2nd lap of practice yesterday.
He did. Wow, what a race.
Oh, I feel like there's going to be a little bit of controversy about Van Dorn because literally just after he crossed the line, he hit 0%.
If he crossed the line in time, that's okay. If he crossed
I'm
it,
not completely sure whether he did cross the line.
Oh, we'll have to look back on that one and just double take on it. Okay, Askew finished in 9th as well at the end. Scores points on his debut. That Andretti is a quick package. Yeah, he qualified, as I said, 17th. He finished 9th. What an amazing job there as well from the field.
And surprise, you finished last without using a fan boost.
We've got... Yeah.
If it's your first time in Formula E and you get gifted for fan boost, you've got to use it, whether you finish a race or not.
Your sport have gone to a break, so we've now switched over to our YouTube channel, but luckily the race was ad-free and we got everything back up, so...
People aren't going to bother.
Race winner, Nick De Vries, comes into the pit lane. He is ahead of Stoffel Van Dorn as well. So the title changes hands once again. That was a very exciting race, Megan. You must say, a race very much of 2 halves. It was dull until the safety car came out and then bang, everything exploded. Typical Formula E.
Well, I suppose the curse continues.
Yeah, we're back on with Eurosport now, by the way, as the lights fly on.
That little curse and Roland.
Yes.
Didn't mean to. It's just...
You never mean to, but you always do somehow. Roland's going to be looking for you after that race.
Well, Ben Hartley already looks.
Hartley's worried that you're covering Le Mans.
Am I?
Well, you usually do. As they come through. Last car then of Giovinazzi.
Let's hope I don't curse his daughter, is it? If she ever becomes a racing driver.
Yes, I was wondering who you're going to go with there. Look at that. Nick De Vries knocks over the number 1 board. He is victorious. Under the lights here in Saudi Arabia. Great race to start the year off. Right, let's go through the results then. I'll have to do this off the YouTube chat screen, so apologies for this. Nick De Vries is the winner from Stoffel Van Dorn 2nd. Jake Dennis is 3rd. Sam Bird 4th. Lucas Degrassi 5th. Eduardo Mortara is 6th. Nick Cassidy goes into P7. Jean-Luc Verne is 8th. Oliver Askew 9th. Mitch Evans rounds out the top 10 as well. Further down, Pascal Wehrlein ahead of Max Gunther. Andre Lotterer dropping to 13th overall. And then we get Alex Sims, Sergio Seti Cameron 15th, Robin Fries is 16th, Sebastian Buemi 17th, Dan Tictum 18th, Oliver Turvey 19th, Antonio Giovinazzi 21st, and out of the race, Oliver Rowland and Antonio Felix da Costa. I'm still going to go with Mortara as my pick a winner for tomorrow. Didn't you say Roland would crash, Megan? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, you did.
Curse continues.
Yeah, you said Roland would crash, and he went and crashed just before the lights went out.
Causing a safety car as well.
And Frine's got a drive-through penalty for that as well, to be noted on as well. De Vries led from lap 14 all the way into the end, and I think the end of that race was something like 40 laps. What was it? 41 laps held. So lap 14 to 41. Megan, quick mental math for you there.
What?
41 minus 14.
27.
Thank you. So he led for 27 laps. And then 27 plus 13.
40.
Well, it must be 28 laps then.
No.
Plus the last lap. I forgot to count that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Mercedes, though, dominating it all. And for Nick de Vries, it's a third career win.
For that, can I put an X and it's him, an idiot didn't use it?
Yeah, but use a red pen. There you go. The podiums are going to happen soon as well. Let's go over to the YouTube chat and hear from Dario.
Of anticipation
Sorry,
coming
Nicky
into
Shields.
this race. Nick de Vries, congratulations. What does it mean to win the first race of season 8?
It's honestly a massive relief. Obviously, yesterday I made a mistake compromising ourselves and the team, to prepare ourselves best possible for today. And we used our practice time well this morning and did a good qualifying session. And to win today was great for the whole team. To score 1-2, obviously stuff was a bit unfortunate with the attack activation, but nevertheless I'm very pleased for the whole team to score another 1-2.
This is a fantastic start for the team to, have a 1-2. I mean, I know you guys were hoping to do well this weekend, but is this beyond your sort of imagination?
Well, obviously this is what we're working for, but it's a super tough championship, and after yesterday I would have definitely signed up for this, so I'm just very pleased, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Brilliant. Huge congratulations. Nick de Vries for Mercedes EQ.
And now we're going to hear, I think, from Stoffel van Dorn, who finished in second place for today's race. De Vries, though, started third on the grid and did a very great job to get that accelerator back up and running, as well as... Oh, I hate it when they do that. Let's see how quickly I can log in and get access to my other channel to try and get a hold. I'm sorry, that's Nick de Vries. I'm trying to get the TV pictures on the same side so I can hear the coverage of our next driver interview that Nicky's going to do. But as I'm sure you can understand, it's not going all that well at the moment. There we go. So we're waiting to hear from Stoffel van Dorn, who finished this race in second position. Megan, looking for a result tomorrow. Who's your top for win? 2 seconds. Megan's muted. Let's hear from Nicky Shields now with Stoffel van Dorn.
Stoffel van Dorn, huge congratulations on your second place finish today. Talk us through, obviously, missing attack mode, because that has had the consequences of missing out on the win today.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit disappointed, but I think it's not bad to be disappointed with the second place today. I was leading the race, pretty much everything under control. I think we had really strong pace in the car today, and then I missed my my loop on the second attack activation, which basically just handed the position to Nick, and then we were kind of pushing each other. Cruising away from the others, and have a 1-2 finish for the team. So I think for a team result, it's it's been a great day. I can't be disappointed. Qualified on pole in the first new qualifying format, and to finish second today is a good one, and we have another opportunity tomorrow.
Exactly. I mean, does it bring a sense of relief now that you know that you can get the performance off the car throughout the rest of the season?
I mean, you can never have relief in Formula E, because the championship is, and the nature of the championship is so close that the moment you give up a little bit of performance, there's someone else that's going to be there. So it's not a guarantee we won today that we're going to win tomorrow, but we're gonna try and do everything, try and repeat the performance in qualifying, and from my side, try and do a little bit better in the race.
And continue that momentum. Thank you very much.
Thank
Stoffel
you.
Van Dorn for Mercedes EQ.
Not a bad run there. Megan has just done her running order, by the way, to see...
And the first crash.
Yeah. Let's hear, though, from Jake Dennis.
Jake Dennis, absolutely phenomenal race there. I mean, some brilliant attacking on Andre Lotterer. That seemed to take up a lot of your time. But what was the biggest challenge for you today?
Passing Andre. That was the biggest challenge, It was always going to be difficult. We started on the inside, so I sort of had a feeling Nick would pass us off the line, which sort of ended up happening. And I felt quite comfortable sat behind the Mercedes. I think we were pretty much on the same strategy. Everything was looking quite good. And then, when the top 4 break away, being in third isn't the best because it allows the car behind, have free attack zone. So Andre undercutting us ruined our race a little bit, but, I wanted a podium so bad today. We deserve it as a team and tried it the first time and completely got it wrong, and then the second time I learned from my mistakes and put it right and got the overtake done, and then we pulled cleared and tried to close down the Mercedes, but they were just a little bit too quick at the end, and but we had a great race.
Well, congratulations. It must feel good because I know you were really set on having a podium in your first season as not a rookie anymore.
Oh, it's nice not to be called a rookie for once.
Exactly. Well, congratulations, and
Thank
we'll
you.
see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Nikki. As we'll wait for the podium now. Nikki Shields is over there in Saudi Arabia on Formula E's TV feed. We can take the interviews because they go out around the public address systems. Don't worry, we're very clever with how that all works. Right, let's go through the podium. Let's go through the fast lap, getting the bonus point. Nick Cassidy inside the top 10 and does get the overall as well. A 109.207 he set when he got the attack mode. Megan has put Giovinazzi with a red X and says idiot didn't use it, so that's nice. Van Dorn led 13 laps. Nick de Vries led 28 laps as well. And in terms of Megan did the pick a winner and pick a crasher for tomorrow. For pick a winner, she picked Nick Cassidy, and for pick a crasher, she picked Lucas de Grassi. So, polar opposites there, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was a mess there at the start of the race, wasn't it?
It was.
Don't know what's going on here though with Formula E and what they're showing right now. Seems like a bit of a botch job that they're going on at the moment. But well done from Nick de Vries. Let's go to the chat then. We've got it open for the podium as off goes Formula E's coverage. But
nice.
we have got the YouTube feed though, so we're not going to be lost for the podiums when they eventually come up. Let's go. I've got Darry in my ears. It's really annoying me. Right, let's go to the chat. Venturi looking quick as Mercedes, as they've both got the qualifying. They didn't get qualifying right, absolutely. J-Dub says big thumbs up twice, so thank you for that very much. Ed says a pretty solid debut for Tictum to beat the Terminator. Yeah, Tictum finished 18th as well, but that Neo car is still slow, and they're really waiting on for Gen 3, aren't they? Further down, but given the car they are in, it's kind of academic when you're 18th and 19th. Yeah, lol, Nikki being captain obvious. Are you happy? Yes. Yeah, Nikki could have had a bit of a different question there going on there. Then we get Josh Pace. If Van Dorn didn't miss attack mode, I would have got him as my pick a winner. Yeah, he went for the attack mode and he didn't activate. He got it the second time around, but that's what lost in the position to de Vries. I think Van Dorn's going to be a little bit more angry about that than what he made out to be Nikki. I help out and I don't even know how it all works. Yeah, not bad at all. The Beijing Winter Olympics, though, they are starting next week, of course. I'm looking forward to the bobsleigh, the skeleton, and the luge. And it all starts off with curling. And
I love curling.
Yeah, literally, nobody on the planet goes, oh, curling's on. I'll watch that. But when it's the Winter Olympics, it's like, give me curling.
Yeah.
I want 4 screens all full of curling.
Just watching people brush ice.
Yeah. I love when Family Guy did it. It was like, no, with Consuelo going, no. But yeah, honestly, they're on to the podium now.
I want to watch that episode.
They're on to the podium now with Jake Dennis going into 3rd place as well. For Jake Dennis, it's his 3rd podium in Formula E. And he finishes P3. Stoffel Van Dorn, 8th podium of his career. He's alongside Nick de Vries, who takes his 6th podium in Formula E. and his 3rd ever victory as well. The Season 7 champion improving massively to go straight to the top after missing 50% of the practice sessions. He does the better job. Nick de Vries wins, and we will hear the Netherlands national anthem, the Dutch national anthem as well. Isn't it always the same thing? Max Verstappen or Nick de Vries?
They need to be on it harder because they
We're
might
still
say,
hearing
oh,
Dario.
we're trying to save energy, but yeah, that was.
We're still hearing Dario Franchitti.
All right, well, Nick de Vries is victorious in the first race here
is
in
it
Diriyah.
strange?
Let's hear
But I
the
remember
Dutch national
Dario's
anthem.
last name.
Dario Franchitti.
Yeah, when you said when you said the name Dario, I immediately thought Franchitti.
The Dutch national anthem going on in the background there for Nick de Vries, Season 7 champion, the Netherlands' first ever FIA World Champion. He did it 5 months before Max Verstappen did it in Abu Dhabi. And now he kicks off his Season 7 campaign, Season 8 campaign I should say, in the best way forward. Feels like Channel 4 have zero respect for the Dutch national anthem. It's not that, it's the world feed. They've got several errors, like when they lost commentary during the race. But yeah, Channel 4 maybe so. You can guarantee if Dennis had won, they would not speak over the anthem. Sadly, we have to speak over the anthem because otherwise we're going to copyright. But the world feed respects it as well. Right, let's hear the German national anthem now for Mercedes EQ.
I always loved the German national anthem. I don't know why.
You familiarise it a lot with...
Also the Italian.
You familiar... Well, both of them.
I familiarise it with Sebastian Vettel.
And, well, more famously so, Michael Schumacher.
Yeah,
but you weren't born.
I wasn't really alive then.
You weren't alive at all. Michael's last championship was 2004. Yes, he was winning races 5 and 6.
But I wasn't here for that.
No, I grew up listening to the Italian... I grew up listening to the German national anthem. And
for me,
then,
it's Seb.
And then the Italian national anthem. And if we were very, very lucky, and if the wind was in the right direction, and David Coulthard had a good race, the British national anthem.
Yeah.
Eddie Irvine was already out of Ferrari by the time of 2000 running around. But I was 99 though, so I technically got an Irvine win. But yeah, very, very rare we heard the British national anthem for David Coulthard.
So I love the Italian national anthem.
Listen to the fans and the teams as well.
نهنئ جميع الفائزين. Congratulations.
So there you go.
Not a bad race at all for Mercedes.
Why does that voice remind me of Eurovision?
I don't know. They were they was me as well. They were 1-3 on the grid. Van Dorn ahead of De Vries. They end the race. De Vries, Van Dorn.
With a results thing saying which the country is. I wonder if she did.
And off goes Megan's Mike Shield. That's what the second time that's happened. The Constructors' Trophy then goes to Mercedes for the, looking at it quickly, for the 5th time in their Formula E career. They get a Constructors' Trophy. De Vries now 3 wins to Van Dorn's 2. The 3rd place trophy presented to Jake Dennis, as I said, is his 3rd trophy in Formula E.
Third time.
Megan's Mike Shield falls off. I'm going to get you an elastic strap for that so it just won't fall off.
No! We're a joke. A joke that just keeps on being there.
Yeah, Ed says as well, thank goodness nobody has thrown a missile at the circuit. I hope tomorrow doesn't see a repeat of last year. Absolutely.
What do you mean?
Well,
last year.
End of the race last year. You were commentating with me on that one in race 2 when we had a red flag. There was a missile that was launched at the circuit, but they intercepted it quite quickly.
Who the hell decides? You know what? I have a thing against Formula E. Let's throw a missile at it.
I think Ed would be the one to talk to on that matter. Not that he's doing it, but in terms of the fact he feels very strongly. Oh, and they've gone straight back to snooker.
As you should.
That was a good shot there by Shelby. That was a very good shot. Or was it Jan? It's Jan. It was a good. Hang on, is this a repeat?
I don't know, though I would go for that first red.
The trophy is now presented as well. Nick de Vries lifts up the main trophy and wins round 1 of Season 8. 1 down, 15 to go. Race 2 takes part tomorrow. It's not Formula E, Megan. The Saudi Crown Prince was the target and he was at the race.
Still, that's rude.
Well, it's fine, yeah.
Target people. What? Just like, people stop targeting people with missiles.
Fireworks go off at the back then. The drivers get together. with the socially distanced not
Can anyone
now
just have a
selfie.
conversation?
No. Selfie goes on all the way around as well as we conclude this fantastic season opener. A race very much of two halves, though, Megan, as there's Van Dorn. Look, he missed the attack mode. So he went for it, missed it, and De Vries took the lead. So I don't know what... he wasn't further enough across the three sensors. There's three sensors across it, and he wasn't further enough across number one.
I reckon that...
You commentate on the snooker now?
Yeah, you should go for that first one, because then that will hit that, and then probably hit
what's
that
he going to hit? He's going to hit the wide ball as he bang goes through, and he's got it! Fantastic! If he'd missed it, I could have done a full Murray Walker there. He's using the special high grip chalk, which is a very high-tech piece of equipment.
Go there.
Anyway, okay, let's stop talking.
Go down there.
Stop talking about
Not that way.
Stop talking about the bleeding snooker.
Snooker.
Let's go over there with the pure
Do you remember
camera.
when we had a snooker table?
It's at the side of the commentary box. Can you see it?
Where?
There's a pool table right at the side of the commentary
I
box.
see a dartboard.
Megan, do you see? Oh, where's it gone? Okay, there was
one.
Yeah, there was one. It seems to have disappeared. There's a dartboard, and there's even a place where we're trying to put the dartboard. But Megan, you are correct. The pool table's disappeared. That's very worrying. Where is the pool table? Who's nicked my pool table?
We didn't throw
Anyway,
it out, did we?
yeah.
We barely ever played them.
I don't know. Well, it was brought before you were born.
Yeah.
Way before. I think I can see it. I think it's
And
buried into junk. Anyway,
I
right.
like playing snooker.
It's a good one. Right, okay.
I also like playing air hockey because I'm oddly good at it. Maybe it's because of how aggressive I can be.
Yeah, probably that. Okay, Megan, wrap up. Who's your driver of the day from Madeira? Who are you going to pick who performed the greatest racing? Okay, while you do that, let's hear from Sam Burch.
There is work to be done because we didn't quite have the pace today, and we need to understand what our competitors are doing to extract that little bit more energy than us. But look, we're in the shop window, we're fighting, and that's all you can ask for day one.
And a lovely...
That's from Sam Bird as well. Ooh. Hopefully day 2 is going to be quicker. I'm turning that main monitor off.
No, don't!
There we go.
Snooker.
I'll turn the snooker off. Right, so you've gone with Gunther for your race 1 winner, for your race 1 driver of the day. Yes, you've gone with Gunther.
Yes.
Okay, who do you think is going to win race 2 tomorrow?
Not sure.
Go on, make a pick. Well, actually, you've already said, haven't you? Nick Cassidy.
Yeah.
I'll go Nick Cassidy. Right, that's it, folks. All the day is done for race 1. Reminder, you can join us race 2 tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's free practice 3, another half-hour session, another qualifying system with the dual system and the finalists as well. And you can join us, same bat time, same bat channel. You can join us 4:30 p.m. UK time tomorrow for the build-up to the Grand Prix, well, the ePrix from Dewey Race 2 as well. 5 o'clock lights out time as well. Right, my thanks to Megan, my thanks to Josh Plays, who's done the Discord channel, my thanks to Ed as well, who's not been in the commentary box, but has been on the voice chat, sorry, he's been in the YouTube chat as well, all throughout. And my thanks to you all at home for watching. A race very much of two halves, but that's the way Formula E usually plays out. 2022 then is up and running. Formula E Season 8 is go, and it's Nick De Vries who starts as he means to go on, echoing Season 7 with victory in Race 1. Join us tomorrow for Race 2, 4:30. We're on air. From us all here, good night to you all.